Hello everybody, Drew here, tip of the Mitt Flips, where I'm a full-time eBay reseller, and every 100 subscribers there's a giveaway. So if you're watching, make sure you subscribe so you have a chance to win. Did you notice how I messed up my intro right there? That's staying in, I'm not doing it over. The wigs, if you don't know, got a huge surplus of doll wigs. They finally started selling over the weekend. I was running a pretty significant sale, you know, a Cyber Monday, Black Friday, whatever you want to call it. I was running sales. And they started picking up a little bit, which is great. When you list a ton of something, you definitely want to immediately see some of them sell and then it taper off around, it's not going to be good. So it's all good. I'm feeling confident in the wigs. It's going to be long tail, but I said before, if I sell one a week till the end of time, already well into the profit, it's all cake from here. I do want to have the totals of how many listed, some of the better ones, all that kind of stuff. I don't have all that info readily available right now, and I'm kind of under the gun to get some orders out because I do have 30 orders to go out today. I'm not going to pound my chest over that being like a fantastic sales weekend because it was a very extended sales weekend. So what I'll do is I will have future Drew interrupt this video to have all those details before this video comes out. That buys me about a week. Because let me tell you, it's going to be impressive. I haven't done the math yet. It's going to blow your mind. Please stick around till whenever future Drew decides to bump in. Hello everybody, future Drew here. Before I get to all the details on the insanity that is the wigs, some other insanity in the news, my last video went crazy. By the time this video comes out, it'll have about 1,500 views, which is about 1,300 more than I normally get. So for me, that is a viral video. Woo! It's not really, but for me, that's amazing. It's like my 4th biggest video ever. Thank you so much. To the about 50 new subscribers, you picked a perfect time to subscribe because that has moved us into the 1,500 subscriber giveaway. Yes, 1,500 subscribers and almost halfway to the next giveaway. In order to get entered, stick around till the end of the video and I'll let you know how that works. Oh, and also, the last subscriber giveaway was not claimed. So how that works is the normal $10 giveaway just continues over if it's not claimed. So we are actually up to a $40 giveaway. So what you get if you win is $40 towards something in my store, plus some tip of the Mitt Flip swag. Magnet, couple stickers, and a cool pin. Let me show one of these off because they are awesome. Right here, one of these super awesome pins will also be added in. So stick around the end to see how that works. So now for the big reveal, the wigs. I got them in a Mikhail mystery box. It wasn't a mystery because I was aware of what they were. Got 2 boxes from him. One of them was all wigs. The other was mostly wigs, and then I think just some club head covers. And I paid $50 for the pair of boxes, for the 2 boxes, pair of boxes. So I'm gonna say $40. Call the other stuff that came with it $10, and we'll say I paid $40. All of this will be rough math. I'm not going into that big of a detail. Let's see how well I did or how well we are going to do eventually. Total wig listings, because some of them are lots, total wig listings is 130 listings. So I assume that's around 150 wigs. Listed value, listen to me here, listed value, $2,564. What? They're all free shippers for fees and shipping because they're very light. So they ship around $350, somewhere in that range. But for fees and packing material and all that kind of stuff, the cost of a poly bag, I just rounded off to $5 per item in fees and shipping. So before that, average list price, $19.72. So that's pretty good. Total shipping and fees estimated $650, and then so that's a total of $1,914 minus cost of goods of $40 for a total profit if they all sell at listed price, which they won't because I run basically a continuous sale. Total profit potential $1,874. $40 into $1,874. Even if it's 40 into 1,000. Who cares? That is a fantastic flip for something that is so easy. So easy. I mean, I pull them out, I throw them in a poly bag. I mentioned before, I should have put them in the poly bags when listed, so then I could just slap a label on them, but that's here nor there. Total time, it probably took, total time to list all of them was probably two full work days, somewhere around 16 hours. 12 to 16 hours, something like that. No matter what, that is fabulous. I'm not going to go on and on because I know I'm putting this in a video that's already pretty long. I'm actually in the process of editing it right now, but my mind is blown. I can't believe that's a really big boon to the store with really easy, continuous couple dollars here or there. Because none of them are just going to, none of them are blowing the doors off, but it's a lot of listings for good ROI. I couldn't be more happy about it. First thing going out, speaking of wigs, 2 wigs in the same order. First one is C2A8. C2A8 right here. Almost looks like a bit of a I Love Lucy type of wig right there. And yes, I know I Love Lucy. I was a preteen-ish, maybe younger than that, when Nick at Night came out. And I had a TV from basically the time I was a small child in my bedroom, and I developed a little bit of insomnia. So about the only thing on at night at 2, 3 in the morning was Nick at Night. So I watched it all. Get Smart, I Love Lucy, some other good ones. Dick Van Dyke Show, did not care for it. Not great. I Love Lucy, amazing. Get Smart was okay. I'm trying to think of some of the other real good ones. I don't know. What was your favorite Nick at Night show? Whether or not you watched it the first time it came out or reruns at Nick at Night. Or maybe you're younger and you have no clue what Nick at Night is. Let me know that too. Next one, C3B24. C3B24. Wow, this system is so fast, so good. Little extra effort in the beginning is going to make this a breeze forever. For the pair of those, $25.78 free shipping. Of course, they were on sale, but because they're free shippers in the same order, I get to save on shipping. Therefore, I make more money. Next up, B2 is a Department 56 child pond. Did I say B2? B2. I think it's the only one on B2, so that is actually fantastic news. And yes, it's chilled pond, I think. C-H-I-L-D-E, not child pond. But it's a little, I don't know, it's a doorway. I don't know how that makes it a pond. I don't know. Maybe it's the door to where you rent your skates or something. $13.88 plus shipping on that one. I would have got that in a Mikhail mystery box. And those Dickens villages, or Heritage Villages, I think some are from the Dickens collection. They're doing great. They are not something I suggest you buy unless you look them up, because there's so much of the low end. I wouldn't have bought that at a garage sale. $13.88 plus shipping. I'm making a few bucks, but that got delivered to my house and I paid under $1 for it. But the niche ones, the rare ones, crazy money. I have a good one that's, like a mid-tier. So your, 50 plus is still mid-tier as far as village pieces go. I actually have one of those going out today as well. Next up, it's a book. Reader's Digest 50th anniversary. And I put that under 50th for some reason, but yet normally when I use numbers, I put them first. So I don't know what Pass-Through was thinking on this one. That took way too long, especially for a $7.73 book. The amount of time it took me to find that, all the profit's gone. And I did mention I'm up against time a little bit today. Kids got called off from school. I don't want to go into the details because even discussing it could get me a ban on YouTube. So I understand why they have to call them off school. It doesn't make my day any easier, but again, can't go into any of the details because just the comments or anything, the YouTube algorithm is against me even saying the words. But also, unfortunately, Jen was doing a little project and she spilt a can of stain. I don't really care. It's a rug. I walk on it. It's in my garage. I don't care that there's a stain on it. That doesn't bother me. But the smell in here is overwhelming. it's so bad. It's not bad enough where I'm, gonna get a headache or get all wibbity dibbity over it, but it's just continuous. It's overwhelming and I hate it. Next thing going out is a CD, Morbid Angel. I'm guessing this is of the death metal variety. And I said when I got them in a Mikhail mystery box, that the death metal CDs, even though that these are just the inserts and the CD and not the original cases, that these were probably going to be worth listing individually. This is a type of music on CD where there is high value if you find the right ones. There is collector value. There is a desire for them. But that one right there, without the original case, $9.99 free shipping. So for a CD, not original case, that's actually really good money. I think I even sent out an offer. And what I'm going to do is everything that has to go out today, I'm going to pull all that stuff first, pack it all up, and then I'll pull the rest and pack up as much as I can until I need to go to the post office. Next thing going out, B3D is Vintage Aggravation Game Pieces. B3D right here. Now, I don't remember specifically, either the game itself wasn't valuable enough to list, or there was an issue with maybe the board had some damage or the case had damage. Whatever the reason was, I decided to pull out all the pieces and list them high because they were to a vintage set. So those are glass marbles. You can tell compared to newer dice, those were the vintage dice. And I ended up getting $21.49 free shipping for that. Yes, yes, yes. Now, if I would have put that, it's probably that it just wasn't worth as much money to list the whole thing, because if I would have shipped that with the game board, now all of a sudden that is priority shipping. I got to cut about $4 out of my profits for what? To store a board game? Pull the pieces out. And that's not every game, but for this, let's see if I had a year on it. 1970s, so I was non-specific. But yes, glass marbles with the original dice, $21.49 free shipping. That's amazing for what most people would consider trash at very best. Next up, Microsoft Xbox Kingdom Under Fire. This one here. And I'm pretty sure this is complete in box. Yes, it is. $15.47 free shipping. That one was on sale. And I did end up running a 15% off sale. I mentioned a couple videos ago that hopefully you might catch it. You probably didn't. But unless I get overwhelmed with sales, I'm going to run around a 15% off sale the rest of the year. Clean out some stuff, make some space, and then the beginning of next year, I'm actually going to stop running a whole store sale, and I'm going to run an aggressive, and I mean aggressive sale on my older items basically until they're gone. All right, next up, A3 is a Star Wars Titanium Millennium Falcon. A3 right back here in the bag. And this is very cool. It's die cast, I guess, maybe. Yes, die cast, titanium series, but it's very heavy. It comes with this cool stand that it will balance on that you probably saw in the picture. Very cool little desktop die cast toy. $13.99 free shipping. And then here we have a repeat buyer. That's fun. D3 is a Department 56 lamplight accessory. You see my Thanksgiving special over here. D3, 1, 2, 3. This one here, where the guy is lighting the lamps, because back then I guess you did have to do that. And for that little character there, $11.25 free shipping. No, sorry, $11.25 plus shipping on that one. Very light. That must have been an accident. That should have been a free shipper for sure. Unless possibly international, but I don't think so, because it would say that. So definitely not. And those of you who live in the northern area, the colder areas of because it's not always northern that's cold. I know. Crazy. There's other parts of the world. For those of you who live in a place that has a cold season, as an adult, it might be the best thing about the cold season is that parts of your house or your porch or your deck or sometimes your roof, if you have a flat roof, you open the window, become refrigeration units. It's beautiful. You make a big spread or something, you got a ham or a turkey, something that it's a pain to You got to carve it all up and then put it in a Tupperware or a container. And you got to take all the bigger things that you cooked it in and scoop it into something else. Nah. Cold months, you know, you got your case of pop, gallons of milk. You just throw them out in the garage. Throw them out in a snowbank. Throw them on your porch. It's all good. It's very, very useful. But Jen was out here just tinkering around, had the heat on, forgot to shut it off, and I woke up and it was like 85 degrees out here, and I had the warmest beer in the world. It was cooked beer. I was not happy about that, but it is what it is. Everyone makes mistakes. A4 Corningware Pyrex glass lid, A1234. Okay, I needed two hands. It was tucked under a bunch of stuff, but that one right there with the fluted top. Be specific in your listings about that. That does matter to people who buy them. For that one, $7.73 plus shipping, definitely on sale. And this is an okay item if you're starting your store, if you're struggling to find listings. You can find them cheap. Garage sales, 25 cents, 50 cents, and you can make, you know, $5 profit on them. So that's pretty good. For me, I probably will stop doing that. It's just a lot of time to pack it up. But when you're somebody who has 25, 50 items in your store, and you're only getting one sale every couple days, the amount of time it takes you to pack up your one sale does not matter. But for me, who has to pack up 30 items today, the 5 minutes I'm going to have to take on this one matters, especially because I'm going to make a few bucks. And it says repeat buyer here, so I'm assuming that that buyer is the same one. Yes, okay, so they bought two village items like this from me, so I will get to combine the shipping on those and make a few extra dollars. Next up for that order is going to be Department 56 D3 Constables. D3 Constables right here. Yeah, those are selling pretty good. And we did price them low. We wanted to be the cheapest. And then I run sales because I didn't want to hang on to these till next season. But that one right there with the 3 Constables, the one with the Billy Club, the one, I think, Tip in his hat, and then the one with the doggo right there. For those, $11.50 plus shipping. I might have told Jen to go ahead and do those priority no matter what for safety issues, but there were some that went first class. Maybe they selected it, because even my first class items, if you want to get priority, I make that an option. Actually, let's make that tip of the day. And the tip of the day today is have multiple shipping options in your shipping options. It doesn't happen often where somebody's going to bump up a first class item to priority or a priority item to next day delivery. And sometimes I'll have people who will specifically select something like FedEx because they have an issue with their carrier, things like that. It's very easy that in your store, when you set up your shipping options, that you make an option that has multiple options. You'll want to put the normal or best one at the top, but then at least if somebody says, oh, I really need this in 2 days, 2 to 3 days, I got to send this priority just to make sure. Make that be an option so that later you don't have to end the listing and relist it with those options or try to figure it out outside of eBay, which is a no. Don't do that. Definitely don't do that. But yeah, it's not hard. It's if you haven't set up your store rules, I can't remember what exactly it's called yet, you need to go into your store and tinker with those. In a different video where I have more time, I'll go over some of the ins and outs, because I also want to refresh people's knowledge on the ability to block buyers, because I did have to do that again this weekend, and it's something that you should freely do. When you're iffy on someone or they've caused you trouble or a headache, just block them. There are millions of people on the planet that want to buy things, maybe not your thing specifically, but want to buy things. You don't need that one person. When you work in a department store in a town, you kind of need that one person. When you work e-commerce, you don't. So I'll go over all that in a hopefully soon video. I have a plan for actually a pretty special, not like I normally do video coming out hopefully before this one even came out. So time is a weird soup at Tip of the Mitt Flips. For that item, $11.50 plus shipping, if I didn't say. Next up, D4 is an Accurite weather station. D, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think it had any plugs or anything with it. And these little weather stations can have a pretty good value, but I've had multiple problems where I test its functionality to the best of my abilities, then it gets to the buyer and they have an issue. It's something I'm weary of, but I'm okay with taking the shot because we have to put batteries on it, make sure it turns on and it does all the stuff. But I think sometimes unless you have the receiver to test it with and all that, and if it pairs properly, something like that. I've had issues before. It was a while ago. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was enough that it stuck in my head that be careful when testing those to be as sure as possible. But for me, I test it to the best of my abilities. It functions. If they get it and say that there was some type of issue like that, I'll give the refund. I'll take the return. I can absorb that. That's how my business works. But some people, even mentally, they have trouble taking the hit of a return or an issue where, and me, myself included in the beginning, if I got a return or even the email for a return, I was like, oh man, my life is over. My life is ruined. Now I don't. I look, I go, okay, am I giving a refund or taking the return? That's the decision I make. I do one or the other, and I move on with my day. $18.91 plus shipping. So that's kind of why I still will deal with them, even though I have in the past had issues. Because that's good money, and I think I paid $0 for that. Next up, a vintage Parker fountain pen. I gotta just grab the whole box. And it is a black and silver tone. Gotta get a closer look at it, because it's a pen, and I don't wear my glasses. Speaking of that, I got new glasses I get to pick up whenever I get a free day to do that, because I have to drive a town over. Yes, it is this one right here, the one I was looking at originally. This one right here, Parker fountain pen, black silver, tone end. Okay, oh, okay, there we go, so, tone end. No ink, $11.17 free shipping. Yeah, no ink, $11.17 free shipping. And an update on all the pens and inks and replacements and things I was trying to get. It didn't happen. That's the end of that story. Yay! Yeah, I didn't get it. They ended up realizing what they had, and they just made a bunch of listings, and that's the problem. When you find a good score, Facebook Marketplace, eBay, wherever, you kind of have to hope you're the only one that realizes, or else you might end up with the issue where they go, oh no, this is actually worth a bunch of money. I should probably get some of that money. I ran into something like that where it still worked out for me. I bought a king-size bed frame. Huge, wooden, all this kind of stuff. I think for $100, like really cheap. I want to say it was like $1,000 bed frame, they said when they bought it. And I just happened to be the first one on Marketplace that grabbed it. And even when we picked it up, she's like, yeah, I should have priced this higher. I had like 30 people message me. I'm like, I'm glad you didn't, I'm glad you went through with it to my benefit. Next up, C2A12. C2A is 11. Here we go. 12 up down here. And I did confirm, I don't know if I told you guys, that when there are multiple numbers, because this worried me very much, see all these 12s, it's just because it's a multi-quantity listing. So that is genius on Jen's part, but it made me sweat for a second when I first saw it. I was like, oh no, all that work, and now we got to go back and do stuff. $8.98 free shipping on that one. Next up, B3E is a Dream Gear. B3E is a Dream Gear handheld game system. It's one of those ones you get at like Dollar General or something like that. Pretty chintzy. They're okay. They're no Game Boy, that's for sure. But I'm pretty sure the kids got that for Christmas a few years back and hated it immediately. And then I listed it immediately, and it just now sold. $9 free shipping. Now this one, these are the ones where I might be the only person that does this, where I go, you know what? I think someone, sometime, might need this item and would pay money for it. And turns out they would. It is BASF, B-A-S-F, VHS tape and Memorex label stickers. So right over here, and like I was just saying, they are VHS label stickers. This one has a couple missing. This one, of course, does not. And for these pair, I listed, I think, $9.99 free shipping. On sale, $8.59 free shipping for just some things that were in a random VHS that I had in a random box. I said, you know what, I'm going to pull these out and list them. And some amount of time later, they sold. And you'll see in that also was this vintage Carefree sugarless bubblegum wrapper that is also listed. I'm going to put it in some more cardboard a little bit later and put that in a safe spot again. But that is also a listed item that is from a vintage pack. If you have a vintage pack not opened, you can actually get a decent amount of money for it. So I said, you know what? Maybe somebody doesn't want to pay up for the whole pack and they just want one wrapper. I found that in my house somewhere, like tucked in a book or something like that. And I said, you know, I'm gonna list this. Who knows? Who knows? Doesn't take up any space, doesn't bother me, forgot it was there. I should probably put it in a safer spot. Next up is B3H. It's a Schleck Rhino. B3H, tucked down in here. There we go. Schleck Toys Rhinoceros. And for that item, $11 free shipping. All right, that's everything that has to get out today, so I'm gonna go ahead and pack that up. I've actually got quite a bit of time. I'll probably get everything out today, but just to be safe, I'm gonna pack up all this stuff and then pull the rest of the orders and see how many I can get out today. Okay, I got everything packed up that has to go out today. Nice full IKEA bag right there. It's basically half of them. I think I'll get the rest of them out today, but it's nice that I don't have to rush anymore. If I don't get any of these out, that's okay. I'll get most of them, probably all of them. I might pack up everything and just take the FedEx UPS packages tomorrow because I have to go that way anyways. Actually, as I say that out loud, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So, one of those orders that's going to get packed up today, but not shipped out today, A5, Department 56, up, and away. I guess I won't even get it down, but that right up there, very large box, that will basically just get slipped into, I think it'll fit into a Walmart small, which would be great. And I'll just fill the void around it. I might put it in a garbage bag first. Actually, I will put it in a garbage bag first just to give it a vapor barrier. Something you really need to consider this time of year. Snow, rain, all that. It's always sloppy and wet and gross. My porch, I have a covered porch, but somehow it's always wet. I don't understand it. So consider that. Vapor barriers. Bubble wrap is a vapor barrier, so if it's bubble wrapped, you're probably fine. You're fine. Garbage bag for bigger items and poly bags for smaller items. Or go to Walmart and buy some bread bags. Those work great. For that item though, $42.99 plus shipping. I paid $5 for that. Next up, A2 is a Fisher-Price Little People garbage truck and garbage man. Oh, way back here. Here we go. This might be a Blippi, I think. No, Fisher-Price, okay. If you have kids, you might know what Blippi is. It's a nightmare of a child's show. It's very weird. It's like Blue's Clues times 10 as far as the weird factor. But that one right there, Fisher-Price, Little People recycling truck, $10.31 free shipping. I think that's one of Michael's old toys. So cost of $0, even though we probably paid for it. That's considered a cost of $0. Next up, C6 Castle X Racewear. C6 Castle X Racewear. Oh, they're buried way back there. But what they are snowmobile boots. I got those at local thrift of some kind. I think I paid 15 bucks. I might have even paid 20, but I think 15. That's usually as high as they go. $53.99 plus shipping. Like I'd mentioned before about not messing with your shipping, not changing things by buyer request unless you gotta go through the whole process. I can cancel it for you, purchase it with your new address or whatever, all that kind of stuff. This is one of those examples. The person said, hey, ship this to this address instead of this address. I said, I can't do that. It's against eBay policy. Put that first. It will save you all arguments. It's against eBay policy. I can't do it. Here are the options I can do. I can cancel it. You can contact eBay and change your address. I can cancel it. You can purchase it again with the correct address, things like that. And they just said, oh, no, it's fine. Just ship it to the address on there. I'll deal with it at that point. They probably were going to save themselves some time and ship it to where they were going. And then instead, they'll just have to carry it with them when they go to the place for the holidays or whatever. I don't know. Probably their snowmobile. Probably when they go snowmobiling, they're shipping it to their cabin or something. Doesn't really matter. Don't change things, change addresses by buyer request. It can get you in a ton of trouble. $53.99. I'm happy with that. Next up, D3 is Department 56. It looks like it's a train, but I can't see. Yes, it's a train. This one right here. So these are really running through. See, there's 5 left there. I'm not sure if there are any more anywhere else. I don't see any offhand, but here's the train right there, I think. Yes. It's deceiving because this looks like it's one piece on here, but in the picture, in the listing, this is actually 2 pieces. It's a 4-piece set. And this is a fancy passenger train. And for that item, $19.77 plus shipping. Next up, B6 is a vintage B6, 1, 2, 3, 4, whoa, way up here. It's a poker chip rack. It's like a Lazy Susan from Pleasant Time Pacific Games. This my father gave to me. Do not buy one of these cheap plastic, even if they're vintage. Maybe if you found one that was Bakelite, then yes. The wooden ones I pick up, I would say all the time, but I don't find them as often anymore. I would never do that again. $7.99 plus shipping. So that's very little profit after fees, because you also have fees on shipping and taxes, which the fee on the shipping, I understand. The fees on the taxes, that's just a money grab, because I can't change that. That's the reason they have to do fees on shipping, because if not, I would just have items that were 99 cents, 50 cents, and my shipping would be $30, $40, $50 to avoid fees. That's why they have to do fees on shipping, but fees on taxes is... There's no reason for that. I can't adjust the taxes. I guess I could specifically target states with higher taxes, but that doesn't change the price. No, it's a scam. That's an eBay money grab because they give you fees on taxes. There's no reason for it. It's just to get more money. $7.99 plus shipping. Their defense for that would be their payment processing has a cost, so that's why there's a fee on it. But come on. Get real. If I sell a $5,000 item, the taxes on it are going to be significant, and I got to pay fees on those taxes. It's really ridiculous. But do not buy the plastic racks. That was the point of that story. Next up, C2A12. I think we sold another one of those today. C2A12. We did. This exact same one. So this must be a popular one. Luckily, we had 3 of them. So for that one right there, that doll wig, $9.34 free shipping. And then next up, let's see, it's the same buyer? Different buyer, C2A12. Sold all 3 of these today. So this is a good one. I'll read off the full title. If you happen to come across doll wigs, not a lot of money. That one sold for $8.87 free shipping. I'm assuming I sent out a additional 5% because that's the least you can send out on an offer. So when they're on sale, usually that's about as far as I'll go, is an additional 5%. So that one, $8.87 free shipping. Same wig, Sherry's Collections doll wig, Denise size 4.5-inch black. Popular, three of them. That's very odd. Next up, C3B25 is another wig. C3B25, right next to where another one came out today. That's just, the world is weird sometimes. For that one, C3B25, a Monique Collection, Julian, size 5'6", blonde, $9.68 free shipping. Next up, C3A27 is a lot of wigs. What did I even say? C3A27. C3A27. This big bag right here clears up some space. Love it. A little mixed lot. And I think that's a lot of what we have left to do. It's not a bunch. Yeah, I'm going to move this one back down here because I think Jen moved it and then forgot about it. But this is all we have left. So most of that's going to end up maybe in one large lot. And then wigs are done. For that lot, $15.49 free shipping. Next up, here's the big one from the weekend. It is on left, Air Jordan 13 Retro. And I did move some around, but it should be over here. Air Jordan 13 Retro. Yes, these ones actually have their box. I'm going to pull these all down, though, and then put the rest back. All right, here they are. Air Jordan 13 Retro, white, DK, powder blue, multi 415. 414-571-144. And I got $130 plus shipping. Those will go through authentication. Those are new. I don't even have left for shoes. It's still a lot. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I've got 27 pairs left of what I'd listed, which, if I'm remembering right, it was 78, 80 pairs. So quite a ways through them. Most of what's left is the higher end. So I'll probably go and lower the price on them a little bit. I've had some of that high-end sell too, and then people just don't pay for it. I block those people. Again, there's a few settings you need to have set up in your store to help alleviate some of that, to help prevent some of that. Just this video would be too long if I go into it. I will try to do it next video. $130 plus shipping. I do actually have a pair of shoes on their way back, unfortunately. Went through authentication, so they're actually gonna have to go back through authentication and back to me. They were like a size 10, but they thought they were a size 10 ladies, even though they were listed as a size 10 men's US. But that's gonna cost them so much money because they'll have to eat the charge of the shipping there because they just ordered the wrong shoes. That's on them. And they'll have to pay for the shipping to go back through authentication. So a $100 pair of shoes, they're taking a hit on $40+ in shipping. If it was me, I would just sell the shoes on eBay, but you know, not everybody's set up to do that. They haven't sent them yet, so maybe they're coming to that conclusion, but either way, that's a bummer for them. It just is what it is. Also a bummer for me, because I'm out the $100, but I get to sell the shoes again. Next up, here's the one I was talking about earlier. A6 is a Department 56, and again, I'm not going to get that one down right now, but you saw it on the screen. It's a Department 56 Village Linden Hills Country Club. It has little like weather vanes and some little metal pieces that go into it, and I had multiple offers to just buy those pieces, and every time I responded nicely, like, sorry, I can't do that, but basically, then what would I do with the rest of it? I'm going to do you a favor so that I can never sell the part I have, so somebody else has to go look for those pieces. There are certain things I would break up for a certain amount of money, but if I got $50.99 plus shipping, if I had done it for that person, I would have charged them $40, probably $40 free shipping, because you're sucking most of the value out of it because it becomes incomplete. $50.99 plus shipping, and that's about where you want to be for if you're going to source Village pieces. Around that $40, $50 mark or above. Below that, you know, unless you get a really good deal or in a big lot, it's a very competitive field, and the low end is very low. So my whole point of that, though, is just look them up. When I bought this one, I was at my local Habitat for Humanity, and I got excited because I walk in, and they had all of them out of their boxes displayed, which I was like, oh, this is going to be a pain for me to box these up. And I went through, and I priced every single one on the counter, and I bought one. And there was 30 or 40 of them. If they had been half the price, I would have bought probably all of them. I'm glad I didn't. It would have been a long tail, a lot of space. In hindsight, they would have needed to be much cheaper. Next up, A2B7. You guessed it, it's wigs. A2B7 right here. And it's two of the same brand, same style, but different colors. These are Doll's Part Doll Wigs, lot of 2, black, 2 1/4, honey, 9.10. I don't know what any of that means. $12.99 free shipping for the pair. I was talking to Jen the other day. It's so weird because normally, you know, we'll get an influx of something in to sell, and then I would go through all that process, and all of a sudden I have all this knowledge on doll wigs and everything. Now every doll wig question comes up, I have to go ask her because I have zero idea. I bought some before because I looked them up, so I know they have a value. I got a bunch of them from my buddy Mikhail, but I didn't list a single one. I did zero research. It's very weird, but it's working great. Jen has picked up listing and ran with it. It's really, really good. And also, I get to do some of the house chores that she despises that don't bother me one bit, like laundry. I don't mind doing laundry. I'm very task oriented. I think that's what helps is you put it in, you can go accomplish a bunch of things and then, you know, whatever. But the division of labor is working out pretty good. Next up, B2. This one's funny. B2 is miniature dollhouse pieces. B2. And it's these green ones. If you remember, I got them in a Mikhail mystery box. and some of the knobs were missing and some of the pieces were broken. It was just a ramshackle set of stuff, and so we listed it anyways and got $12.74 free shipping. And that's probably a good deal for the person that wants to take the time to glue them, maybe repaint them for their dollhouse. That's probably a good deal because they don't have to go find those. You're not going to go to Walmart and buy those for cheaper. You're not going to go to a garage sale right now and find them. You'd have to go to 40 garage sales to find them. So $12.74 free shipping. And that stain smell, I might have lied that it's not, I'm not getting loopy from it, but my throat, could just be because the heat's on, it's dry in here, but my voice is about to go. Luckily, this is the final item. B1A vintage Tupperware. It's like the pickle keeper insert right here. Goes inside of a tall, basically the same size as this Tupperware container. And then when you want your pickles, you pull it up and then you don't got to put your hands in the pickle jar. It's pretty neat. I'm never going to take pickles out of a jar to put them in a container. So that's not something I would ever use. But if you are a person that uses that, I could see how that'd be handy. $9.34 free shipping. So I'll get definitely all of this packed up, and then the 3 items that are going to be UPS or FedEx, I'll pack those up today, but they will not get shipped out today. So I could do that after dinner or something. But I'm definitely going to go get some oxygen and maybe some lunch first. For those of you who've been around for a while, you know how I do these. You have to be subscribed. You have to like the video, and then you have to leave me any comment in the comments. I will eventually have to switch how I do that if there's like scammers out there or something, but that's not a problem yet, so just leave me any comment. Tell me about your day. Actually, I would like to hear what you guys think about the wigs, honestly, because that is going to be, I don't know, a top 5 flip for me all time, maybe a top 3. I would have to actually, you know, do some research and look into it. But definitely top 5, possibly a top 3 flip ever. Well, that's gonna be all for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. Subscribe, share, and be good to each other.